Okay, what we're going to look at now is on this commitment to excellence, not that, this. We just went over actually creating the listing action plan for your listings that you take, but obviously there's going to be other action plans that you guys can implement. You guys can implement an action plan for when you get a contract signed and the steps that need to happen. Different types of action plans that you guys could have is follow up with certain people that you need to talk to. You can create an action plan for that. So to create any action plan without having Pro, this is how you start that. And I'm not going to create one. I'm just going to show you how to start it, and then what you would do is you'd put in the content for that. So we go here to my KW, and then we're going to just click on new lead, which will bring you to the dashboard, which allows you to then go into create marketing. But first thing we need to do before we do that is under contacts is we need to create the group that we're going to attach this action plan to. So if we were going to create an action plan for closing contract, so if I type in closing contract action plan, so I have to create the group. Oops, I'm doing find a contact. I'm going to put that down here and to create the group. Because now that I create the group, once we're done with this action plan, we're just going to attach it to it. And again, just like the listing one, what we're actually doing when we do this, so I have this closing action plan. And all I'm really doing for this is, let's say I add a contact. I'm putting in the property address for the client's name. Whoa. Putting in the property address there because that's what's going to be emailed to me, because the way this is obviously not a true action plan, but it does everything that an action plan does basically. And this is a way to get around it since they don't offer it right now. Put the address in here because what's going to happen when the event is due, it is going to email you the action item that needs to be completed, and it's going to email you 3 things that it emails you: the name, it'll email you the phone number, and the email address. So name is crucial. That's where the address is going to go. It requires an email address. You just put in a false address. So if we did 444 Maple Road, Northwest, Rochester. So I put in the address, no phone number, but I do have to put in an email address. And I would just put in here fake email 44@gmail.com, because the action plan is not going to be emailing anything out to this particular person, because we're not going to have any emails on this action plan. It's only going to be to-dos, which will be emailed to me, the agent. So that's all you do. Then you would save the contact. So if this is a property that I just had a closing that I need to do everything with, then I go down to groups and I would just simply add them to my closing contract action plan. Then add it, and now that client would be on there. But to create it, we just go into create marketing, and then we are going to do, you're going to use an 8x8, one of the 8x8s. It does not matter which one you use, but the 8x8s allow you to do some customization to it. The 33 touch does not. So just click on 8x8 for buyer, and then that'll cycle through here, and we're going to select that campaign. So we select it, and we're going to call this my closing checklist plan. So do that. And again, this is just, you can use your imagination for any action plan that has something that has a systematic approach to it. You guys can create an action plan for. And, oops, I'm going to go to page 2 here, closing contract, and I'm attaching that group. That way I never have to do this again. If I attach individuals, and each time I have a new property that I have a closing, I have to come in here and then attach it to this plan. Where if I just attach it to the group, then all I do is I attach it to the group for my contacts, and I'm set. So hitting save, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn off all of the emails. So you can see that the 8x8 is, right now, it is set up with 7 emails and 2 notifications. And the notifications are in here, but the emails, we don't want any of those. So we can't turn them off yet until you hit start to start the campaign. And now we're going to turn that off. I'm just going to cycle through all the emails and turn them off, because we're not emailing anything to this client or property address, since we're kind of cheating the system here. To create an action plan, turn that off, turn that off. Then I want to do another thing with this as well. I want to keep the notifications, because the notifications are where I can actually go in and put what event it is. So all those are turned off, but the next thing I want to do is, since they're in my way here with days, I'm going to change the days that these things are due to way out. So then they go to the bottom of the list and they're out of my way. So if I edit the event, I'm just going to go to 2,000 days out. Okay, I'm back on here. I'm just piecing these videos together. Okay, so I did put that one 2,000. I'm going to go to the next one, put it 2,000 days out, and I'm just going to do all 7 of those and get them out of my way so that I can actually build my true plan here. So do this. So I'll show you what this does. Is it's actually putting them all to the bottom of the list now, 2,000 days out, because it puts them in order of when stuff is due. That way I don't have to worry about the plan and how it looks, so then I can actually see if I've got everything aligned right. It just helps makes it easier. So, and we got one more to do, and then perfect. So we've already got 2 notifications in here, and what they are is call and another. Your eedge thing is coming to a conclusion, so it's telling you that it's over. So we're actually going to change those to, if it was a closing, all you would do then is edit the event to whatever the step would be. So this was contact title title company, and that's 2 days. So put that event in there, paste that in, hit save, and that goes to the second day. And then I would use this next one, and once I'm done with this step, then I'm going to start adding more in, and I have unlimited ability to add as many as I want to this. So then I edit the event, and I'm going to say this is going to be turn in packet to office, and that's 3 days from there. And I'm replacing the content in here because this is what shows up on the email. That I get notification of. It's going to have this along with the property address, phone number, and email of this property. So I hit save. Now there's a crucial step in here. So once you have your whatever checklist you're using for a closing, you're just basically moving it from paper to electronic. We're going to hit add. So now we're adding events. So a notification. This one is going to be collect earnest money. I can't type. Okay. That's day 5, and I put that in there, and then I hit save. Now what happens here right now, maybe this will change sometime, maybe this is just a glitch on their end, but when you add a notification, it defaults it to off. So every time you do a notification, turn them on. Make sure you turn it on. What I recommend doing is adding your events. So event 3. Okay, that is day 6, notification. I recommend adding all of your events. So I'm not going to go and turn this on. I'm going to add my next event. So I'm just going to keep doing the same thing here. So I'll show you guys how this works. Save. Oops. Have the same name. I guess it won't take that. So event 4. I'm just going to keep adding these in here. And I'm not going to turn anything on until the end. It makes it a lot easier. I can just go through here and add each one of these in here. I'm just throwing 9 in there for the sake, and then I'll hit save. And now what I'll do is, now that I have all my events in here, obviously these would be titled with what I would actually be doing. Then I'll just go in there, and when I'm done is turn them all on. Just makes it a lot easier, so you're doing one thing. You're not having to stop adding events and then turn everything on. You just do it all at once. So turn them all on. And that is everything. And all the emails are already off, so that will be the end of that action plan. And the last step that you would have, always just put on there, this is the end of the action plan for whatever action plan it is. So just make sure you make that last notification that. So that is how you would create your own action plans, and you can really use your imagination for any type of action plan that you need. Create the group. Make sure that you add the group to the list here, and then from there forward, all you do is you add in the property address that it's for, or if it is for a client, you would just do the client's name and add them to the action plan and add them to the group, and then you are set.